Hey people, it's Jason Wampler. Take number 5. Another episode of the Rocket Minute. I'm here in my cozy Sienna, the 2000 Toyota Sienna. Um, Hungry as usual. 54 years old and broke. You gotta love it. I got all the ideas and none of the money. I think I'm stupid. Anyway, I want to tell you, I was able to smooth things over with eBay. I have an eBay seller's account. So what I'm going to do is the theme of the show. I'm going to show you what I've done and what I've built. And then I'm going to add a link to my channel, to links to eBay, so you can look at and possibly bid on the stuff that I'm showcasing on the Rocket Minute. A couple of things I want to showcase is this nifty control unit. This thing is a beast. This guy right here, I probably am going to list it, but let me explain what it is. It's not a through box. It has two different types of internal DC power systems. One is a 9.6 volt with non-rechargeable batteries. The other one is actually 12 to 14 volt with rechargeables, and that's for larger rockets. And so right here, this guy right here, it's a charge port. I have an internal charger for the rechargeable batteries. There is how many is there? There is 12 AA size nickel metal hydride batteries that are rechargeable. I believe that makes, oh boy, about something like a 13.2 volt rechargeable battery pack. So this is for the charger, that rechargeable battery pack. And then it has I have a cartridge battery pack here with 8 AA non-rechargeables. And so anyway, that's hooked up as well. You know what? In just talking about this may not be complete, because I've got to be able to switch back and forth between power sources to send to this switch right here. This guy, so this is for the internal battery charger for the rechargeable batteries. This guy is to arm the box. It's a black-brown switch, and this is the launch switch right here. And these are, of course, the output ports for the electric, for the lead, the igniter, the electric match, the bottom of the motor. I don't think I'm going to list this because this thing is dangerously original, very, very scary, and I'm not sure how it's going to work. So you're not going to see that on eBay. You're going to see this guy on eBay. Name of the rocket is the Nito Burrito. I love this rocket. It's not finished. I have to put a nose cone on it and a couple of recovery cords and a recovery spool. I think I made a recovery spool for this, and I don't know where the hell it is. It's just the damnedest thing. I think it got tossed or thrown out, or it might still be here around here somewhere. But I've changed vehicles since I've actually built this rocket. This rocket is nearly six years old. It has not flown yet. The original motor I made for it, the diameter was too small for a commercially made motor. You couldn't put 18 millimeter diameter motors in it. So I went to this guy right here, but I want it to be big enough for a 29 millimeter motor, but my memory serves me correctly. This is about a little under 28. So I'm going to make an adapter and retention system for this to accept 24 millimeter motors. That's what you can put an F27 single-use Aerotech little rocket motor in it. An F27? No, I'm not sure if it's an F27 or an F47. No, I think it's an F27 because the D15 goes up to a D20. Yeah, a 24 millimeter F27 will be perfect for this rocket. It'll be its maiden flight. I'm not sure if 24 millimeter G motors even exist, but if you want to leave a comment and you want to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment and let me know if there's such a thing as 24 millimeter G80 motors, because if there is, that would be the perfect motor for this rocket. But I have to make a 24 millimeter motor tubing to put down the middle of this right here, because I believe my memory serves me correctly. This area here is not quite 29 millimeters internal diameter, and then the walnut thickness is too slight. I couldn't bore it out. Oh well, but it has an MPT pipe threading attachment system. Everything's built up throughout. It's a really sleek original design. It's really tough. This rocket, like I said, this is the best rocket I've ever built, and I really and I've reinforced the sections because one of the sections was moving up and down, so I drilled it, countersunk, and put some sheet metal screws here and then again here and there and there. So this rocket is going to be available for sale on my eBay sellers app. But like I said, I've got to finish with the motor system. I've got to put a nose cone on it. And I got to put the recovery spool on it, 2 sections of shock cord. It will not come with a parachute. You're going to have to provide that yourself. Of course, you're going to have to provide the motors, because I don't sell motors. And they sell motors on eBay, but it's a really sketchy proposal. So that's that. There's another rocket that I'll be selling on eBay. And then I have that sounding rocket prototype, but I've got to be honest with you, that rocket is fairly dangerous. So um, even if I was to list it and sell it on eBay, I might be tempted to do that. It's going to have several several paragraphs of disclaiming liability because it is an entirely experimental design. It's a magnificent looking rocket. It's one of those 10, 12 foot tall rocks that I'm building, and I could dig it out right now, but I'm not going to. So I'm on the fence as to whether or not I want to list that. But tomorrow I'm going to list these 2 rockets and some other paraphernalia and gifts and sundry and such that my conscience will allow me to sell, stuff that I have left over. I dabble in tools and electronics, so I have access to certain things. So my goal is to list at least 3 items a day on eBay and start generating company that way. But again, or generating business that way. So this guy, the other rocket, the 3rd rocket, I probably will, only because I need the money. But if I could if I could manage to hold on to 3 rockets, and you know, no, excuse me, I don't know. No, I tell you what, I'm probably going to end up listing all 3 rockets, but as they're waiting to sell on eBay, I'm still going to keep on working on them, trying to make put finishing touches on them without radically altering the appearance. Because obviously you're changing the listing on eBay, and somebody bids on something, and all of a sudden it's got a paint job. Now they don't know what the hell they're getting, and they have trust issues. So, um, so like I said, I'll go ahead and list the 3. That's going to be a long effort. I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm not shooting a video tomorrow or Sunday. So I want to have all 3 rockets finished and actually ready to launch by Friday, or not Friday, excuse me, by Sunday in the evening. So I'm going to burn the kit midnight oil for that. So I'm going to list them on eBay on my seller's account. But while they're waiting to sell, they're going to consider, they're depending on the timeline when people buy them, is whether or not whatever it is that I'll disclaim. It would be nice if it took so long to tell the 2 that one of them does not, shucks, what am I saying? It's a complicated affair. I need to make the cash. I need to get out to Santa Fe Dam Recreational Area with Martin and SCRA, which I was an unofficial member of a while back, and of course I still am now. He sends me correspondence from time to time. Martin, he's a good guy. So, like I said, I'll list these 3 rockets for sale, but as they're waiting for them to sell, I'm going to keep adding to the parts and make them complete without paint jobs, without electronics, without motor systems, and possibly even without any type of graphics or whatnot. But they'll have everything else. So no parachutes, no finishing paint job, no motors, no electronics. So, so we'll just see how that goes. I'm going to get back into launch controllers. I showed you the one launch controller. It is pretty brute. Frankly, it's the kind of stuff. It looks like the kind of thing that somebody has a few too many beers on the weekend builds. It's rough in appearance, but I'm sure I can find a more suitable friendly packaging, because its appearance makes it look a little brutish and raw. Um, so anyway, so that's pretty much that. So I'm gonna be listing these 3 rockets for sale tomorrow. Jawam 197, I believe, is my username. But when you go to eBay, look up toys, models, and kits, rocketry, and that'll direct you pretty much to what you need to see. And as I mentioned before, as I'm waiting for them to sell, I'm going to keep working on them until they're all done. And when they're all done, to my satisfaction, I'll work on the next project. So keep myself busy. Anyway, so that's pretty much that. We're at the 10-minute mark. And I just want to say, you need to hit the like, hit the subscribe button. I'm not getting much viewers because I'm all talk, and I understand that. But you know what would be nice? If I had the funding to get out to a Santa Fe Dam recreational area and just launch and then test a couple of these rockets. By the way, I do want to mention that RockSim is now available as an application off of Upermit. I do recommend. Excuse me, it's an application. It's an app that's available on YouTube Play, or whatever they call it, the YouTube Marketplace. I'm not do Google Play. Is that right? The Google website on your Android phone that introduces you to all the new products from Google, if they needed more than they've already got. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. So anyway, but what was I saying? So anyway, so like I said, just a review: the Needle Breeder rocket, the other rocket, and the sounding rocket prototype. I'll list all 3 of those for sale on my website, but I'm going to keep working on them to improve them and work all the bugs out of them, and that's pretty much that. Another thing, the format of our show, I'm never going to work on something while I'm talking to you. That doesn't work. I've tried that format before, and I don't think you. I don't know. I don't think people want to watch me build rockets because I'm not getting any views. So I've got to add some entertainment value, so I'm going to pump up the jam. Anyway, that's pretty much that. I'm not going to broadcast until the Sunday after next. That means the Sunday after the day. Sunday after the husband, you said, no, this is just going off. And I've got a cookie in my hand too. Okay, so Sunday of next week, we're going to have a broadcast between 10 and 11 a.m. It'll go on till about 1 or 2 p.m. And we're going to talk about how you maintain your shop. And so, I mentioned that before. I'll tell you how the eBay sales are going. By that time, I'll have a couple of very small rockets that I'm working on. They pique your interest. The smaller they are, the less expensive they are. But that's pretty much that. I'm trying to get some cash together. I have a book that I'm trying to get published. I have another couple sources of income that I'm working on. When I get the cash together, we can actually go together. And then I can go on some launches and I can actually start testing what I build. So that's pretty much my story, and I'm sticking to it. We're at the 13-minute mark. Guys, I don't want these videos going longer than 15 minutes. That's the other thing. An hour and a half watching me build something. Come on, that's not entertainment. That's perfunctory torture. So anyway, so that's that. My name is Jason Wampley. This has been another episode of The Rocket Minute. Very, very, very unexciting. Like I said, I'm all talk. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. See you not this Sunday, but the following Sunday.